Okay, so the first item up is for our approval of minutes from our last meeting, which was actually October 2nd of 2019. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Okay, do I have a second? Okay, voice vote, do we approve the minutes? Oh, voice vote to approve the minutes. Do you approve? Okay, motion's approved. Okay. Okay, so agenda item 3 is information from vendors. We have representatives from Blue Cross Blue Shield and United Healthcare. Is there any information that you would like to provide to the Joint Insurance Committee? Okay, item 4 is information from the Employee Benefits Division. So if we can, and I'm sorry, I'm a little discombobulated here. I've printed this double-sided, so let me get myself together here. So if we're looking at, as far as the Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO plan, as far as our claims history, it looked pretty good for 2020 overall. Some of that could be attributable, of course, to the COVID pandemic and some elective procedures, as well as access to care probably drove down overall claims overall, and as a result, spend. Now, the flip side of that is moving forward, we're probably going to be looking at people, as we're on the backside of the pandemic, people going in and seeing the doctor more, getting diagnosed with conditions. There's probably potential of conditions that were undiagnosed during the pandemic being diagnosed, potentially at a later date, potentially more invasive outcomes, higher spend. That all being said is, if you look at some of the numbers for the start of 2021 as far as our spend versus 2020, we're running pretty hot as far as increase in spend over prior year. So that being said, we've gotten some of our initial rate renewals in and for 2022, and because of the lack of spending for the pandemic, our rate renewals are looking really good. On the active side, we're looking at about a 0.8% increase. Our retirees, we're going to look like we're going to be able to hold flat on the increases for 2022. That being said, just looking at some of the increases so far for the year, I would be prepared moving forward to 2023, the potential of having some increase in premiums for that plan year. If you want, we can look at the HMO plan. We did just recently receive the renewal for that, and it's also very positive in that it's only a 1.75% increase for 2022. Other than that, there's really nothing remarkable as far as the HMO plan. Dental's basically just continuing same old, no change as far as premiums for 2022 to put out there. Basically, spend and claims are running very steady on that. And then as far as the group life insurance plan, we did include some reporting for that as well. And primarily, I wanted to kind of put eyes on the combined summary, and then pages 2 and 3 page 2 is our active summary, and then page 3 is broken out for the retiree piece of it. So what I would like to point out is, if you look at the basic life summary on page 1, we're running at a loss ratio of about 235% overall, which is pretty high. Now, if you look at page 2, when we break it out for actives, we're running at about 132% on the group life. So, it's still a little hot as far as the loss ratio. If you look at the retiree piece of it on page 3, we're looking at about 260%. So as far as when we price the group life plan, as far as premium equivalency, we look at the plan as a whole. And so That being said, the retiree life plan, even at that, is, you know, it's not sustainable, the loss ratio that we're taking on that. So what we're kind of looking at as far as on the retiree side on the life policies, we're looking at about 11% increase for 2022, looking at about $16.43 per month for the retiree life policy. And then we're looking at about a 5% increase on just the basic life, which is an employer paid benefit. And that's to try to assist in stabilizing the plan as a whole, to try to make sure that our loss ratio doesn't get out of control on this benefit plan. That being said, I would probably look at, because the other plans are subsidizing the retiree life portion so much, is that we probably will be looking at steady increases on the retiree life moving forward to try to keep the overall loss ratio in check for this plan. And then if you look at the back, after that reporting, we just have some information on the claims, the volume and payments for the plan. But again, there's nothing remarkable in itself on that. And then the last thing that I would just like to point out is we did include the current rates for 2021, just so that you have an idea of what the city and employee contributions are for our plans. And with that, does the committee have any questions over the reporting? Okay. And the last thing I would like to add before we adjourn this meeting is that we probably will have more information at our next meeting in regards to open enrollment for this fall. And so that'll be coming. We do have a current RFP out for proposal for our flexible benefits plan, for our vision, flex spending accounts, and some of our ancillary products. I don't anticipate any change in that. Our committee is meeting here in the next week to go over the vendor responses, but I don't anticipate any major changes with that program as well. So if there's no other further questions, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Second? Okay.